excuse me.
Oh, Laura, how nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too. Excuse me, I'm going to join my mother at her table.
Your mother? Oh, I'd love to meet her. In fact, I insist upon it. And if she's half as nice as you, she just must be a dear. Lead the way. Gail, how nice.
Hello, Alex.
Hello.
Mother, this is Alexandria Quartermain. How do you do?
It's nice meeting you.
And this is my friend, Diana Taylor.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, I hope Laura is as happy with her job as we are having her.
She seems to be very happy.
That's nice. Luke, you know Gail and Diana?
Yes, we've met.
Hello, Luke. Diana, should we get to our table?
Yes.
And Laura, why don't you take my place, huh?
Nice to see you.
Bye. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Yes, Luke.
Alex, why don't we have a drink at the bar?
Oh, Luke, darling, I'd love it. Dr. Weber, it was nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Oh, would you mind if I called you by your first name?
It's Lesley.
Lesley, it's a pleasure. And I'm sure we're going to become very good friends. I know Laura and I already are, aren't we?
Let's go.
Oh,
Enjoy your drinks.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, honey. It's all right. It really is.
Oh, you ordered champagne. How nice.
Look, your lordship, the next time you stage a pageant to bad taste, don't use me to drag your audience in.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
What is this affected affection routine you're pulling here, Alex? What are you trying to do, convince people that I'm hot for your company? I'm not.
Are you telling me you have absolutely no affection for me whatsoever?
None whatsoever.
Well, I guess that puts me in my place, doesn't it?
Aren't you a little overdressed for a business meeting?
I'm sorry, Luke, I really am. I know I come on a little strong.
Hell.
It's just that I do that when I'm nervous. When I'm feeling,
Nervous.
Yes, when I'm feeling uncertain of myself.
Alex, don't make me throw up. It's not good for my image.
I'm telling you the truth. Whenever I feel uncertain of myself, I just get dressed up in my wild, far-out clothes, and I try to make a big impression. But, underneath, I'm really just a bowl of jelly.
You gonna continue this trite, boring conversation? If so, trot off to the ladies' room and tell it to the mirror. I came here to talk business.
I am talking business. I was very nervous when you walked out on us. I was. I'm telling you the truth.
I checked out Uncle Eddie's story about the Ice Princess.
And I'm sure you found out that he wasn't lying.
I found out that there is indeed a diamond mine called the Ice Princess and that it adjoins the Quartermain's diamond mine.
Not so loud.
What's the matter?
Well, I don't want everybody to hear you. I'm not exactly anxious for everybody to know that I'm in diamonds.
And, of course, as far as Dad's concerned, I haven't the slightest idea what to get him.
I know. It's always very difficult to shop for him.
I did have one idea, though. I thought maybe something for his clinic.
Terrific idea.
Yeah, I thought maybe the two of us could go in together on a lamp for the reception room, something like that.
I would be absolutely delighted to chip in as far as money is concerned, but I think the present should be from you.
I'll bet Dad gets you a present.
Speaking of lamps, how about your apartment? I bet you must need a lot of things.
No, nothing really.
Oh, come on. Sure, as I say. You probably want 100 things.
I want to do it myself.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're going to be difficult, then I'll just tell everybody that you're not accepting gifts this year.
Oh, thank you very much. You know, I'm really glad that we're together this evening.
So am I.
Look, why don't we hurry up and order so that we can get an early start on your shopping?
That's a wonderful idea. Honey, it's all right. I know it hurts. It hurts a lot.
Aren't you about ready to head home, Dan?
Oh, one of the board members said he might call me, so I thought I'd hang around.
I can have him phone you at home.
Well, there isn't much to do at the club, so I think I'll wait here.
Oh, I see. The invitations to the Quartermain party are nice, aren't they?
Well, I hadn't noticed.
Well, You're invited to the Christmas party, aren't you?
Yeah, and Diana gave me the invitation this morning, but I've been so busy I didn't even have a chance to open it. Pretty classy, huh?
Very tasteful.
Maybe they're trying to impress their niece from Europe. Show her that the Port Charles Society is not provincial.
Good night, Dan, Georgia.
Oh, good night, Ruby.
You didn't pick up your invitation.
An invitation for what?
I think that Diane and Ann probably missed you this morning.
Oh, I got in here so early.
It's an invitation to the Quartermain Christmas party.
Precisely why I'm here.
Oh, excuse me, Ruby.
Oh, sure.
You're here for the Quartermain party?
Yes, I'd like to speak to the hospital administrator, please, if he's still here.
Well, you're in luck. He's right here.
Oh, Mr. Rooney?
Yes, I'm Dan Rooney.
Well, I'm in charge of the staff that's handling the Quartermain Christmas party. I'm also overseeing the parking attendants. I understand you have staff that will wish to leave the party in an emergency.
Oh, yes, that can happen.
Yeah, well, I want to make sure their cars are parked for the utmost safety and, of course, availability. But I do need to know the names.
Well, I'd have to get the list from the Quartermains. Most of the invitations went out early this morning.
Oh, well, I have a guest list here. If you could kindly check the names off for me.
Oh, I'd be glad to. Well, Ruby, you got top billing. You're right at the top of the list.
Well, that's one way to get to the top of the list is have a name like Anderson. But you don't have to worry about me. I'm no nurse or doctor.
Here's Ann's name. Bobby Spencer.
Oh, what about the other Spencer? Luke Spencer?
Oh, he's no doctor.
Ruby's his aunt. Bobby Spencer's his sister.
So Mr. Spencer doesn't work at the hospital?
No, he's an employee of Edward Quartermain.
You're a very wise man, Luke Spencer.
You're a semi-wise woman to see it, Alex.
I was talking about you checking out Edward's story.
I talked to someone who's very, very knowledgeable about international business deals.
Do I know him?
Interesting you assumed it was a man. Yes, you do. His name's Dan Rooney. He's Chief Business Administrator for General Hospital.
Oh, yes, I met Mr. Rooney. Edward speaks very highly of you.
He was very helpful. As I told you, he clued me in that there actually is a Ice Princess diamond mine, and he also told me that the mine has been owned since the turn of the century by the Cassidine family.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, well, I'm fascinated by one thing, Alex. What do you want another diamond mine for, darling? You already got one.
I can't tell you that.
Oh, you can't? Or you just won't cop to greed?
Let's just say that a girl can always count on diamonds. You know how the song goes.
How does it feel to snuggle up to him in bed at night?
Well, they might not be very warm, but they're dependable.
Unlike a man.
I didn't say that.
Why so wary of men, Alex?
Am I?
I think so. Despite the advertising.
I don't think I follow your train of thought.
My train of thought follows your clothing, your attitude, and the fact that your eyes say don't touch.
Well, I don't like being hurt.
Who does?
Not me. And I won't be. Not ever again.
What makes you think everybody's out to hurt you?
Everybody's always out to hurt a girl with a lot of money. That's the name of the game. And you know what? It doesn't matter if her teeth are crooked or straight. But they'll probably be straight because money can buy the best braces. You know something else? She can also be as ugly as sin. And men will still swarm around her and pretend to call it love.
What if she's beautiful?
Beautiful. Well, then sometimes you wonder if it's not better to be ugly. Because then men don't insult you and pretend that it's love.
Who taught you these lessons in life, huh?
Let's just say it was a kid from the wrong side of the tracks, and we'll leave it.
Like me, I'm from the wrong side of the tracks. What do you want me to do, find this guy and beat him up or something?
Won't be necessary. My father bought him off with a great deal of money in exchange for some revealing photographs.
Oh, I'm sorry. How old were you?
16 years old. But that's okay, because it made me realize the value of money. And that's a lesson I've never forgotten. Look, Luke, my uncle and I are involved in a very big power play.
Yes, I understand. I've found out that legitimate business can play almost as rough as illegitimate business.
Well, that's the way it goes sometimes, kid.
You know, really isn't much difference between the Frank Smiths and the Quartermains, Cassidines of the world, except that you people, you make business killings.
But my love, they can be just as deadly.
Right. Same old battle. Money and power, huh? Straight to it.
Our moral values depend on how many digits are in our bank account. And on our right-hand side sits our public accountant ready to give the answer to 2 + 2. And if you want the answer to be 5, they'll also give you that.
You're too young to be this bitter, Alex.
Well, I had to grow up very quickly, starting at the age of 2, when I discovered my father was disappointed that I wasn't a boy. And with that slap in the face, you shape up real quick.
Wow. Hard to believe behind that beautiful face is a very angry, bitter mind, like a steel trap.
Well, somewhere buried inside is a woman.
I know. Question is, who's gonna dig her up?
Maybe the right man, eh?
Yeah, well, you're something else, Alex. I mean, I don't know who you are or what you are, but you are something else.
Or why don't you stick around and find out? How about going over to the table and get something to eat, huh?
I lost my apple.
Oh, come on. Oh, it was very nice seeing you. And Lesley, it was nice meeting you.
Thank you.
I hope we see a lot of each other during the holidays. Don't you too, Luke, darling?
Don't call me darling, Alex.
Ooh, touchy, touchy.
Good night, Alex.
Good night.
Luke.
That's everything on the food list that's still all I can think of, unless you can think of something we've left out.
No, that's fine, Monica. Anyway, that's your department.
And I'm depending on you and Edward to make sure that we have enough champagne.
The wine cellar is fully stocked.
Oh, I'll get that. It could be the hospital.
I hope you don't have to go into the hospital tonight.
So do I. Hello?
Monica, it's Dan Rooney.
Well, hello, Dan.
I hope I haven't caught you at a bad time.
No, Alan and I were just going over some plans for the party.
Well, that's what I called you about.
Oh, I hope you're not going to tell me you can't come.
Oh, no, I'll be there. Wouldn't miss it for the world. No, I just called to tell you that the gentleman in charge of catering was here with a list of the guests who will attend. He wanted to check out the hospital guests so he could park them nearby in case of an emergency.
My heavens, that's very efficient.
Yes, very thoughtful. But I thought I'd call you and let you know just in case it crossed your mind and you started worrying about it.
Well, thank you, Dan. Really, I appreciate this.
Well, I'm glad to do it. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. This is amazing. The caterers that Stella hired are, well, they seem to be fantastic in every department.
Well, I've got the information where Luke Spencer is. His sister and aunt work for a general hospital. Luke Spencer himself is some sort of local hero to certain people. To others, he's an underworld character.
Organization man?
Well, yes, and someone to be reckoned with. He's now working with Edward Quartermain to destroy the entire Frank Smith empire in Port Charles. However, he does have an Achilles heel. He's reported to be in love with a girl who works in Edward Quartermain's office as a receptionist. Her name is Laura Baldwin. Laura Weber Baldwin.
Everything is just too expensive. I'm gonna make my Christmas gifts.
But that sounds like fun.
Oh, no.
What?
There's nothing like this door to dampen our spirits.
Okay, get out of the way. The expert will handle this.
Oh,
I beg your
sure.
pardon. No, it's
It
all
is
a matter. You gotta apply try a little. It's
not
like
gonna
opening
work,
a
Mother.
jar.
I've tried
Get a little
everything.
bit stuck. Break the, what they call vacuum here.
No,
What's
Now
all
watch
the
this.
racket?
It's this door. You've got to do something about it.
Yeah, it's absolutely nonsense that she can't get into her own apartment.
Yeah, and you have to do something about the new guy who moved in upstairs in the apartment right above me because he plays loud music until all hours of the night.
Well, he complains about the noise you make from your apartment.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. I'm as quiet as a mouse. I haven't even entertained anybody yet.
Well, it's about the shower running all night long.
All I do is wash my hair.
Every night?
Of course. But he's complaining about a little bit of water?
Oh, I guess it's the pipes. They start to clang. Listen, you're way past the 2 weeks I gave you to get this place painted in return for 3 months free rent.
Yeah, well...
Banzai!
Uh-huh. You know something? You could be sued if somebody gets hurt with this door.
Home sweet home. If you're going to live in the slums.
Yeah, right.
Hey, wait up a minute.
What?
I talked to the girl who's in 202 about the water running so long at night.
Yeah.
Well, she's just as angry at you about the loud music you play. I don't know what the world's coming to with all these complaints. From now on, though, you do the complaining yourself. Directly?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll do that for you. Gotta remember to get her another bottle of gin for Christmas. Alex, next time you follow a man home, don't use a cab. It's very tacky.
Well, I was just following you to see how easy it would be for somebody else to follow you. And also, I was worried about you getting another lump on your hand.
Oh, yes, and you were also slumming.
Oh, Luke, it's not so bad, you know?
I know what you want.
Oh, do you?
Yes, you ain't gonna get it tonight.
How disappointing.
Uh-huh. What excuse were we gonna use to get in my door?
Excuse? I didn't have an excuse. I just wanted to make sure that you were all right.
Oh, no, that's not a good choice. You really should have used, I wanted to convince you you should come back to work for me. Now, that might have worked. However, I'm going upstairs, Alex, and you're not invited. Business and pleasure don't mix. Put your pleasure on hold, darling. The business we'll talk about tomorrow. Good night.
Well, I can just come in. We can
Alex,
have a
whoa,
nice
Alex,
little
Alex,
drink, and
Alex! Don't be offended. My mama taught me never kiss on the first date.